Okay, first of all, name. Yeah, tell me what you had out here tonight.
We've got Jimmy Williams, Public Information Officer, New Waverly Volunteer Fire Department. The crews we have out here tonight are from New Waverly Fire Department, our stations in New Waverly and Phelps community. We also have units from the Huntsville Fire Department and Dodge Fire Department assisting us on scene as well.
What do you have out here?
We had reports early this morning of a house fire. Initial reports where we had an explosion with at least 2 people injured. We had units respond with EMS immediately. When we arrived, firefighters had a single-wide mobile home fully involved, and they had 2 burn victims on scene. EMS arrived shortly after our first fire crew on the scene and began treating the patients as well. Both patients were transported to the hospital. The more critically injured person was in a rear bedroom. That occupant has severe burns, possible respiratory involvement, so he was life flighted to Hermann Hospital's burn center for further treatment in Houston. The second patient, which is another occupant of the home here, reportedly was asleep in the living room when the fire broke out. He did have, to a lesser degree, some burns and some injuries from trauma he associated with breaking a window trying to get out of the fire. He escaped, was treated by EMS on scene and transported by ground to Huntsville Memorial Hospital.
What about any idea of the cause yet?
At this point in time, the cause of the fire is under investigation. We're looking at the initial reports where there was an explosion, and some might have thought maybe a gas explosion. We don't have any indication. There was no LPG gas service to the home. There's no indication of a gas explosion, but typically in a house fire you'll hear numerous smaller explosions, so that may be in some of what the 911 calls reported. What we are seeing is a fire that developed over a period of time and took out most of the one end of the trailer on the opposite end where the most critically injured person was sleeping. The one factor we see is talking to the neighbors. It doesn't appear there are any working smoke detectors in the home, and they were using electric space heaters overnight as their primary heat source. And as you know, we don't recommend using portable space heaters at all as a primary heat source or leaving them unattended when you go to sleep. But when it gets this cold, we tend to see a few more fires from the use of those types of heaters. We did have some reports, we haven't confirmed yet, from the occupants that told neighbors that they'd had some electrical problems before associated with those space heaters. So even a small space heater will draw 13 or 14 amps of electricity, and just one alone on a circuit is all that a circuit can normally support. So definitely don't want to plug them into extension cords, and you want to plug them directly into the wall, and only one heater per circuit. But the main thing is to make sure to have those working smoke detectors.
The only thing holding it in that corner is that refrigerator. Watch your foot, sir.